Welcome to the FlyGeek Radio Podcast, Ep.8. We are in 8, man. We're 8 episodes deep.
8 episodes deep.
That's crazy. My name is Charles Francis, and I'm here with my good friend
Matt Adams.
And guess who came back to the studio for week number 2?
Alex Bailey. I'm back.
Man.
John.
Hey, John's back, guys. John's back.
Yes, he's back.
But in this episode, we're going to be talking about, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and put this as number 1. The Google event is today, people.
Woo-wee.
Today. Obviously, this podcast is going to come out at 6 a.m. It's 6 a.m. right now when you listening. I hope you listening at 6 a.m. Y'all need to be listening. But obviously, we don't have the information right now. But later tonight, tomorrow, early morning, because you know we super busy, we want you guys to look back for our coverage on the Google event. They should be talking about their new devices. We should be talking a little bit about some devices today, but be sure to look back, check back for us today, tonight, tomorrow, the day after if things get busy, you know. But we should be talking about that. But in this episode, we're going to talk a little bit about Chromecast. We're going to talk about messages for Android Wear. We're going to be talking about John
Leisure
and T-Mobile going after those data abusers. You people out there using T-Mobile for too much, man, I'm coming after you. Me, you know what? Let's change that. Me, John, and T-Mobile are coming after all y'all boys. We gonna talk about Samsung using 6 gigabytes, baby. 6 gigabytes. Now that's innovation. We gonna talk about Periscope going landscape, and we gonna talk about Nexbit. Remember when we talked about that smartphone that was cloud-based and blah, blah, blah? They actually have Verizon support, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. So let's get started. FlyGeek Radio.
Aight. So,
we back.
First on the list, Chromecast audio. So, there's been a couple leaks over at 9 to 5 Google and other places. It's been talking about this new Chromecast device, dubbed as Chromecast Audio, codename Hendrix. It's, from what I understand and what we've read, it's supposed to be a Chromecast device that you can hook up to speakers and cast music to speakers. From what I've also read, it's supposed to be a new version of Chromecast that hooks up to your television with improved photo stuff and faster Wi-Fi connectivity and all that jazz. So there's a lot of confusion going on with what it really is, and that's, kind of to be expected since it is a leak. Google hasn't officially announced it as of yet.
Which they will today.
Hopefully. We can hope that Chromecast is going to... Well, we can rest assured if Apple is out there talking about their Apple TV, right? Hopefully Google is going to be talking about their Chromecast. Yeah. By the way, with that, I would love for something Google to pick up some of the features that Apple dropped. All right, but so this new Chromecast.
I like how you try to suddenly put that in there.
Wow.
So this new Chromecast is supposed to be able to improve your Wi-Fi connectivity first and foremost.
So having a Chromecast, I'll have a better Wi-Fi in my house?
No, having the Chromecast, you should be able to stream your stuff a little bit faster, which I know firsthand is probably one of the most annoying things about having a Chromecast.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of times you get that little spinning circle in the middle of the screen while you're watching Bob's Burgers, and you're
do you have much trouble with that, really?
I still do.
Seriously.
I still
you do too?
It's so bad, I think it's an actual episode I'm watching.
Wow.
Of any show.
That's interesting.
Of all the shows.
That's interesting, man. No, I've never...
Sorry.
Now, what apps are you using when you have these issues?
I usually use
Everything?
Hulu and Netflix.
Because and that's funny, because I know you use Hulu.
Yeah,
I know Matt, you use Hulu.
I use both.
But it's funny that you say that you have that issue with Netflix, because, dude, I never have that issue with Netflix. Anytime we cast the Netflix in the room, there's never any issue.
But this is
loading.
This is how I kind of single out the whole fact that it is the Chromecast. I have a smart TV, and I cast to that no problem, and it plays Netflix. It's the same Wi-Fi network.
Oh.
And it plays Netflix crisp, clear.
So that's a good way to test it.
Super HD all day. But then as soon as the Chromecast goes on there, it starts buffering. The quality drops halfway through the episode sometimes. I'm like,
really?
Is this a 3GS?
See, that's never happened to me.
That happens a lot.
Has the quality
man.
dropped for you?
Yeah, all the time, man. All the time.
And that's a
I'm
good
not
thing.
experiencing these.
I'd rather the quality drop than losing the episode having the buffer.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
Buffering is mad annoying.
So I know it's the Chromecast for a fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, your house is set up kind of like weird though, as far as like where your router is in comparison to where your room is.
Oh no, we have Xfinity now, so we have the dual band network.
Oh well, excuse me.
No, I just want to let you know that dual band network penetrates walls.
Excuse me, sir.
So no, the Wi-Fi
Mr.
definitely.
High Speed.
Really?
Mr. Google Fiber.
Well, I do have a fast one, Xfinity Office.
It doesn't have fiber.
Yo, maybe
We're
you
still waiting for that
should,
fiber.
should invest in that Google router, man.
On-hub.
That on-hub, son.
I was thinking about
it?
yeah, I was looking at it the other day, man. I'm thinking about it. So
Yo,
Yeah, get us one while you're at it.
They're marked for
definitely.
Yo,
I'll have to ask John.
Which one? All right. So they've got better Wi-Fi, hopefully. So I guess maybe if you pair that up with OnHub, you'll be streaming flawlessly, seeing how OnHub kind of markets, the fact that you shouldn't be seeing that annoying circle in the middle of your screen.
Yeah, man.
They've also implemented this feature that they have dubbed Fast Play. So what that is basically you connecting your devices, be it your tablet or your phone or your laptop, to your Chromecast quicker and more simple than the way that it currently connects. I don't think that its current connection process is that difficult. You kind of just hit the cast button, you hit what Chromecast it is, and it connects. Maybe it'll have a default to where because there's been times where I connect to other people's Chromecasts accidentally. We have multiple Chromecasts at our house, and I'll connect to the Chromecast that's in the living room rather than the Chromecast in my room, which would be annoying as heck. Because literally every time you hit the Chromecast button, you have to select which one. So maybe it's you can set one as a default, which would have been smart to do from the beginning.
Now, here's the thing. I do want to make it clear that it's not actually a defect of Chromecast.
It's not. It's a user defect.
That's definitely user
it's
error.
It's me accidentally picking
the wrong
Chromecast. Yes, it is. It's definitely user error, which is 90% of the problems that we have in America. But it would be nice to have a default. So when I just hit, the cast button, it automatically connects to the one that I defaulted as, the most used one, which is the one that's in our room. And maybe having a way to switch that if need be to wherever we need to switch that. So
maybe force touch it.
Hey, maybe for it, bro.
Stop.
Hold on, bro. All right, let's think about this. Let's think about this though. All right, so with 3D touch, right? You lightly touch that, John, to see. So you touch it one time, just tap it, not even really do it, to automatically connect to your default. You lightly touch it, give it a little bit of force so that you can see all the Chromecasts that are there, and then scroll down and release it for you to be able to select the other one that is not your default.
Do that,
bro.
Hey,
bro,
show me how you lightly touched it again.
For all you guys that can't see us, which is all of you guys, I'm over here touching the table right now because I'm feeling this, yo. Come on.
Hey, look, I feel here, and I'm just gonna be honest, and I don't want us to, waste time on this force touch thing, but I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Force touch to me is like when Samsung put the keyboard on the Note 5. It's unnecessary. You don't need it.
Gosh.
But let's move on.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
Yeah,
let's not go there.
That attachment piece thing?
Bro, I don't care what
gosh,
anybody
that was a
says,
waste.
bro.
You don't need that.
You too?
Are you
John?
gonna buy that?
Seriously,
You too, John?
What are you doing with the keyboard? I have this gigantic screen with all this
Exactly.
real
Bro,
estate.
stop it.
2015.
No, but
Not
there's
to
a
mention-
difference. There's a
not to
difference
mention,
between...
there's a little
there's
button that has a microphone on it.
There is a difference. There is a
Exactly.
difference between typing on a physical keyboard and typing on a flat surface. There is a satisfaction, there is a drive that happens when you type on a physical keyboard. Bro, I am a typist.
I agree with you. But it's not worth the sacrifice on my screen real estate to type on a keyboard.
Bro, but here's the thing. With a note, your screen real estate is massive. Board button that you can feel and press and click I'm definitely a typist, bro. Like, I love to type things out. Like, literally, and everybody knows this. I had the Mogo. I had the Sidekick. I had all these things with the physical keyboard. When the physical... Bro, you remember this. I had the HTC Pro. You were around when Lex,
I remember.
When I was on that life. So, bro, when the keyboards left my life, I felt like there was a piece of me that left with it. It was like, yo, do I want to upgrade to this new tech that doesn't have a keyboard? Because there was no other choice.
You could have kept your phone.
Come on, bro.
Here's the thing.
So for me personally, there was no other choice because I needed the newest, latest tech.
You could always plug OTG into your phone and plug a keyboard in.
But that's lame. Who wants to walk around with the keyboard?
That's what you're going to be doing.
No,
you're going to be walking around with
a device that has a keyboard in it, rather than having like a full-fledged keyboard that you're sliding in your backpack.
The phone that you want to buy is an attachment. It doesn't come with it. Why don't you just get that Venice?
How do we even get here?
It's your fault.
Hey, anyways, Charles, what's the next on our list there?
Hold up. So this Chromecast, this new Chromecast, they've got like pictures online, very, very, very sloppy renders of what it should look like. And hopefully it doesn't look as bad as these pictures, because what I've seen, even despite the blurriness, I'm not really a big fan of its form factor. I'm also not a big fan of multiple colors. Well, call it how you see it. Like, I know everybody's got their own view on that, but I kind of like, by multiple colors, I mean like these bright poppy colors. Like, I don't like having a yellow and a red and a blue. Give me like a gold, a gray, and a white. Like, just like nice, neutral, rounded out colors.
And like we always talk about, you're not a regular consumer, and that's why.
That's probably
you gotta look at a business standpoint.
Yeah. And I mean, remember, people actually have color schemes in their lives. So we may not like it. I'm gonna also agree with you.
Definitely.
I'm gonna agree with you that I don't care for. Okay, we're gonna let Speed Racer pass by.
He has a Honda Civic, I guarantee it.
Right. Okay. So
hey, don't talk crap about Civic.
I mean, here's the thing. People actually have color schemes that they appreciate, that they like. That they only buy devices if they're that color. Even if the device isn't the greatest device, they'll buy it just because it matches their room. Like, I remember a lot of these big guys, even MKBHD.
He's a black and red guy.
Yeah, he's a black and red guy, and you remember his setup tours where he had people send in, like, people color coordinate their rooms based on colors. Yeah. So that red one is definitely probably going to be purchased by Marcus. He's probably going to buy that red one. So people have different colors. Now, I'm not sure. Like, I would have to go back, but was there a black one?
I don't remember seeing a black one, bro. I remember seeing a yellow.
There was a black one. There was a black one.
Is there a blue?
We need a
for the renders.
No, yellow, black, and red.
Yeah,
yellow, black, and red.
Yellow, black, and red. So here's a good thing. Me and you will probably buy black.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But it's always good to have an option, because you
want to make sure you appeal to all your customers. I get it. I get it.
And I mean, I'm not gonna say that. And remember, these. And this is why I thought that they were the same device, because one person pointed out that these are now going to be seen more than the old ones. Remember, these are supposed to be hooked up to speakers now. So it may be out. Like, you may have a speaker set outside at a pool party, and it may be out in the public. Not that the other design was ugly, but people were mentioning, like, hey, they may want to make this thing more attractive than just black, because it's going to probably be out in front of people, which I understood. But to me, it was just like, from what I see so far, again, I don't want to judge it off of these blurry photos that have already been released. But from what I see so far, I'm not impressed, and it doesn't make me want to show it off.
But like, honestly, like, photos are not, like, my thought process is the Chromecast is supposed to be something that's hidden for me
and functional.
I like exactly. I need it to do what it needs to do. I don't care about seeing it. Right. I like when you walk into like a modern design house, you see the TV setup, you see the audio system, and there's no wires or anything. No cables. Everything just looks, and that's how I like it. I like the fact that the Chromecast is small. Connects right to the back of the TV. You never have to see it. And my thought process is, if you're going to make another Chromecast, you should do the same exact thing. Hide behind the back of the speaker. It shouldn't be attracting any attention or anything like that. Google is supposed to be focusing, or the product's supposed to be focusing more on the experience of the customer. Not necessarily...
Well, for the Chromecast and how it's been.
For the Chromecast specifically.
And how it's been,
Furthermore, my only other comment about this whole this dual Chromecast thing going on is, honestly, I don't see the point of having two separate devices. Why not just make one?
If that's what they're doing.
If that's what they're doing. Make one, make it have all the functionality that the other two would have had anyways, and then maybe price an extra $10. I paid extra $10 if it can stream music and videos. I can plug it to a speaker or TV or something like that. I'd be totally fine with that.
Yeah. So all this is
it's interesting. At the what was it, $35 for the Chromecast when it launched?
Yeah.
At the $35 price, it shot up within 3 weeks to a month of being one of the number one sellers.
Heck yeah, because that price point was amazing, bro.
Yeah.
I legit bought that for like a whole bunch of people's birthdays.
Yeah.
Thank you, by the way.
And there's like 4 of them in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So here's the thing, Google. I agree. More functionality may sometimes garner more money, but keep it at that price point or even go a little lower. $30, something like that. It will continue to be the number one seller in that category.
Most definitely.
Like no one's touching that in that category.
Yeah. So all this is kind of like leak information, guys. So all this is like definitely subject to change. One thing that Google itself has announced is something that they like to dub as Google Cast, where you can cast your audio now to specific Bluetooth speakers. So they've got a set of speakers that you can cast to that are already manufactured by other people, and they're trying to get, I guess, more manufacturers on board with this casting ability. And you have the ability to actually just like opening up Google Play, casting it to a Bluetooth speaker, audio speaker, and all that jazz. So
here's the thing.
That's going to be
non-Bluetooth speaker.
No, well, for the Chromecast, this is something that Google's already talking about officially.
Oh, okay.
Like on their website.
Okay.
Casting it to Bluetooth speakers.
So what's the difference between the Music Cast now? Because that's what I do.
Music Cast, what are you talking about?
That's what I do now. Every time I take a shower, for those of you who don't use casting in the bathroom, when you take a shower, you need to cast Google Music to your Bluetooth speaker, baby, and just play the music.
So what's
are you casting it? Are you connecting your Bluetooth speaker via Bluetooth to the device itself, and then casting the music playing through that device? Because technically you wouldn't be hitting the do you hit the cast button or do you just play the music?
So is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
you don't have to connect
hitting the cast button rather than connecting the device through Bluetooth itself.
So it's just
if you had multiple people, if you have multiple people in your house, and this is what happened in the video, they have like a husband and wife, I'm guessing, or 2 people, guy and girl, in an apartment, and they've got a Bluetooth speaker sitting there on the kitchen counter. Like one person's listening to Adele, let's say, for example, and this guy, and the other guy, maybe not even hooked up Bluetooth wise to that speaker itself, just hits the cast button and starts casting whatever the heck he wanted to cast. Granted, that might start fights in your house because, I mean, if I'm jamming to my Adele,
you're not turning off your wife's.
If I'm jamming to my Adele, I don't want my wife cutting that off for some rap music. Not JK. I love rap.
No. So here's a question.
Talk to me.
Are you saying now that you don't have to enter a pairing code?
Bro, they're extremely light with all the information that they released on it itself. Like, it was literally just a video and talking about the fact that now you can cast to wireless speakers. And then they had 3 different speakers at the bottom of the page. It was just like one quick scroll of everything.
Gotcha.
So it's probably something that they're gonna elaborate more on during
later today.
Yeah, during the I/O event, which would be nice to hear about. What are you gonna say?
So let me ask this quick question though.
Talk to me, bro.
If the app itself is getting updated, that it can do those types of things, cast to other devices that have Bluetooth on it, without the functionality of having a Chromecast. What's stopping manufacturers then from building that, or what's stopping Google themselves from just letting that be a functionality of all the apps and kind of cannibalizing the Chromecast itself?
I think they've got to get manufacturers on board. The manufacturers that I'm seeing, like,
here's why I said that though.
Go ahead.
Because, for example, I noticed you pulled up, something like LG, for example. And I'm gonna go back to my TV comment.
Yeah.
My smart TV is LG. It's probably 2 or 3 years old now.
Yeah.
And it has a functionality of being able to cast anything from my phone directly to it without the Chromecast being plugged in at all.
Yeah.
It pops up the model number on Netflix
as DNLA.
Yeah, instead of saying Chromecast when you hit the cast button, it'll say whatever the name of the TV model is.
Right.
And I'll hit that and it does it. So if they're also adding that functionality to what it sounds like the Google Play, or Google Music, then my thought process is, okay, well, why do I need a Chromecast now?
Bro, so what it is, it's Chromecast connects to your television itself. Mm-hmm. Right? So you're talking about TVs versus like actual speakers. You wouldn't necessarily, like, if I'm, like Charles was saying earlier, like he listens to music while he's in the bathroom, like getting ready for work or whatever, he can bring his speaker there. His television is probably not in the bathroom. Do you have a television in your bathroom, bro?
No, what I'm saying, take that same functionality and put it on the speakers then.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. more or less.
So again, why we need a Chromecast?
Well, that's
I'm playing devil's advocate. I just want to clarify.
Are you talking about the Hendrix, the like audio plug cast, or the regular Chromecast?
For example, right now, the speakers you're talking about is Bluetooth, and you're saying the new functionality allows you to connect to it without having to go through your Bluetooth menu, pair, all that jazz. You just hit the cast button, and it'll pop up as an option, right?
Yeah.
Why not do that for all the devices moving forward? Because it seems like it's just a software implementation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So my thought process is, all right, then, well, and I'll be honest with you, I like the fact that I can cast straight to my TV without the Chromecast because it's not an input. So every time I want to switch between my cable box and the Chromecast, I got to get my second remote and go change it. And I never use that remote for anything.
Unless you have a Samsung. Hold on, the remote on it, buddy.
I'm still struggling to.
All right, so let me explain what happens.
So hold up, but before you
go ahead,
explain like what you do. So you're asking why not have a like what's the purpose of having an actual Chromecast device?
If this new functionality you're saying enables
for the Bluetooth speakers,
right, enables you to cast things from like Google Music, for example,
onto the
straight to the speaker without having to use the Bluetooth pairing process.
So why have because a Chromecast connects to your television. This one connects to speakers.
With the Chromecast audio, for example.
Yeah, so he's saying why
Chromecast audio?
No, he's saying why don't we use that technology for the TV?
Period. And scratch the hardware. Scratch the hardware
because
section.
There's definitely there's TVs. Well, one for Chromecast, in my opinion. Like this is just me talking, but one for Chromecast. What it accomplishes is like basically making your not smart TV turn into a smart TV.
Okay, yeah.
So
that's what I was gonna say. Because for instance, my TV, I can't
you can't do that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so you've got those which kind of like overtakes the market. It's gonna take a while before like smart TVs become like the new norm of the household.
Gotcha.
But I do think that that will become a norm eventually. It's probably going to take a while, maybe like another 10 years or so ish. I don't know. Less than that?
Whoa, 10 years?
Yeah.
Because how long have I had my TV for? Like,
it's been out for like 4 years. Smart TVs have been out like 4 or 5 years now.
And now you can't go to the store and not buy one. Like,
so when did I... Dude, I got my TV... Gosh, I wish I remember how long ago.
5.
It's probably been like a good... Maybe 5 years, but I have the current one that I have, the Sony.
That's in the room, or
the one that's in the room. So it's been, and I think Chantel's had her TV for even more than that. Like, how often do people you think switch? I know you switch TVs like freaking every day, bro. How many times you done bought a new TV?
Cell phones I switch every day,
bro. You bought new TVs a lot more than I've like I've had my one TV, and you probably went through like 2 or 3.
Wow, that's a big difference. I've had 2 TVs, my friend.
Okay.
And one of them I sold someone else. And
that is a big difference.
Okay.
So I've been sitting down with my same TV for a while because Sony made a beautiful television, and I think that the Bravia and it's good. It's not no Samsung.
I mean, it's
Don't
great.
Get me wrong.
In 1984. I'm just kidding.
You know what? Even my mic didn't like what you just said. So it ain't no Samsung. Don't get me wrong, but it definitely looks a lot better than my wife's current television. Thus, it stays and lives in our room. And she'll admit to it.
That's not
maybe.
Nice.
It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Truth hurts.
But yeah, I don't see myself switching TVs for a while. Like making a television purchase, especially in this day and age where like a lot of consumers are kind of like sticking with what they got. So you've got companies like saying, yo, borrow our phone for this amount of time or try our service for this amount of time so that you can see like that we're good and make the switch. Like a lot of people have been kind of like lackadaisical on like actually.
But you gotta also remember now, strange enough though, I feel like nowadays a flagship smartphone is a bigger investment than a TV.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean? Like bigger investment? How?
Cost wise. I mean, look at, for example, most flagships.
Well,
think about the TV, the specs. All right, look at this TV you have right now. Mm-hmm. What size is it, if you don't mind me asking?
32
Sony Bravia. Nowadays, you could probably get, for what you paid for it at the time that you bought it, probably $500 or $600, maybe.
What, when you bought it?
It was a gift.
When you bought it. Right. So if you took $500 or $600 right now, you can easily buy a smart TV. Anywhere between 40 to 50 inches and have a nice TV set up ready. Seriously.
I haven't been looking at TV costs though.
You know why I'm going to say it's no to that? Because I agree a little point with what Matt's saying. But I'm going to say that it's not a bigger investment. And you can tell me if you agree or not. But by 2016, I know we covered a few episodes ago that there's only one more carrier that's holding contracts. And I think it's Sprint. They're the AT&T. Because Sprint just canceled theirs.
They just knocked out.
They just said that they just said that they're
Verizon's done with their whole.
Right. Verizon's done with theirs. T-Mobile never. They've been done with theirs.
John.
Yeah, and right now it's just AT&T, and we expect that by 2016, everyone will do what Verizon is doing right now. Or what T-Mobile, let's just say T-Mobile, because they probably spearheaded it.
Right.
What they're doing right now. And that's why I think that as far as the TV and phone investment, if you're doing what I used to do, which is buy every device outright, like how when me and Matt walked into T-Mobile and bought that Nexus 6 just right out, without, just because we wanted it at the point, people aren't doing that anymore. Right now, like you're getting your Note 5, you're getting your 6 Edge plus Mega 25 over 3, whatever that crazy long name is, for $29.
No, I bought mine outright. I just want to throw that out there.
You're the only one, because no one's buying their phone outright.
It's not
you know what I'm saying? Like right now, everyone's walking out of the store with a $29 investment. You get what I'm saying? And
paying it off on top.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's nowadays, it's not. Before it was like actually matched, because you'd probably pay $299 or something like that, and then have a 2-year contract. And TVs now, smart TVs, you can get them for like $348 at Walmart, $248 at Walmart. You know what I mean? So they would be matched. But I do agree with Matt as well that some people aren't making that initial investment to change unless something happens. So if my TV doesn't break, I'm gonna keep rocking my TV, because my TV personally, my Samsung looks better than movie theater experience. So like I don't condone bootlegs, but I'll come home and watch a movie regardless of the media. I'll come home and watch a movie and it would look better. Like the same exact movie would look better. I remember we did it with Fast and Furious 7. Like I watched it in a movie because I have to see that stuff in a movie. And then I watched it at home and the quality was way better to me. And I was just like, yeah. So for me, unless my TV decides to walk off of the stand, I'm probably not going to change it. And it was the version right before smart TVs were you walk in and smart TVs are dominant. It was the first 100 and something hertz.
Yeah.
Dude,
how long have you had that TV for?
I don't know, dude. A while. It literally the day 120 hertz was announced, I was in BrandsMart buying that TV, and I bought it for $3,000 cash.
Oh. Boy,
the day.
Let me hold some money.
I'm talking about the day
bro,
that
Google wallet me some money, bro.
The day that it came out, because I remember it was funny because I remember the story. I tried to grab the BrandsMart card because I didn't want to spend the cash, and my goal was I wasn't leaving that store without that TV. It was like my first real nice TV, and I looked at all the other offerings, and the 120 hertz was because I gamed a lot.
Yeah.
Back then, and I was like, yo, I would really love this 120 hertz. So it was like when it was, I'm talking about the first, it was, as a matter of fact, here's the funny part, it was the only 120 hertz TV in BrandsMart. The only one. And the one that was on the display, there were 2 under it. And I was like, I want that. And the guy was like, this one? And it was like, yeah. And it was like, all right, let's do it. Because he walked me through the other TVs, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yo, that's the one that I want. And I was like, I don't want to spend that money. It was like $2,998 or something like that. I was like, I don't want to spend that bread. You know what I mean? So I tried to get the BrandsMart card. The lady was like, nah. I was like, so she started to tell the guy to take the TV back. I was like, whoa,
baby, shout it. Hold on, baby, come on.
And I pulled out, I was like, no, I'm gonna buy it.
I was just real options.
I just wanted to spend y'all money. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I guess the long and short of it really is just that it depends on who you ask. Because I can tell you right now, my smartphone costs more than my smart TV did.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm just throwing it out.
Especially if you spend it outright.
Yeah. So it is what it is.
Yo, man. So that's Cass. Yo, that's Cass. That's Cass in the next show.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll be hearing more information later today about that.
Yeah, it would be nice to see what they're doing, man, with that whole thing.
Yeah.
So next on the list,
yo, let's jump into messages for Android Wear. If you guys are like me, you're rocking like an Android Wear device.
Well, I got it on my wrist right now.
Moto 360, your Asus Zen watch.
Somebody's wrist is looking a little naked.
Anything like that.
Rolex.
Messages for Android Wear is a new app that dropped. I think yesterday. It came out. It solves a simple problem. You're in a meeting. You want to say something, the Android Wear has dedicated responses that you can, press to say, yes, no, but you never want to say that stuff. Whenever I love you, babe. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You want to actually say something to the person. So messages for Wear actually, and it's great because it works with Hangouts and any other text messaging apps. It lets you respond to a person with an actual keyboard on the screen. Now, the keyboard isn't amazingly great, but it solves one issue that I personally have, because when I'm sitting in a meeting, I can't voice dictate. I'm in a meeting. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to send yes. When you know what I'm saying? Like
you write some more.
Your wife is asking you a question and you're like, all right, what do you want to eat for dinner? Yes.
I'm busy.
That doesn't. What do you want to eat?
I'm on my
smiley
way.
Face. you can draw an emoji. Thumbs up. Are you going to tell me what you want to eat for dinner? Or are you going to keep playing around? He's like, I can't.
Fine. You know what I mean? He just won't eat them.
Right. You know what I mean? So it solves an issue. It's like, I can actually write out what I want to say when I can't dictate it. Or when I can't pull my phone out and I don't want to look rude, in a meeting. And I'm in a lot of meetings. Like I at least have 4 meetings a week. It's 5 days out of the week. So I at least have 4 meetings out of the week. Not mentioning the days where I have multiple. So there are a lot of times where I can't actually pick up my phone. And this app for me, it solves that issue. And I use Hangouts. And my major problem with the Gear 2, which I still love, like that's still one of the nicest timepieces to me, like ever. I was even looking at it yesterday and I was just like, yo, this is an amazing timepiece. Like it looks amazing. But Samsung doesn't let you talk on Hangouts with it. It doesn't let you respond. So that's the part that sucks to me. What's up, though?
Have you, because I'm really interested in this. It's the first time I'm hearing about this. Have you seen any like image renders of it at all?
I use it.
The message thing?
Yeah.
All right. How is the keyboard layout? Like, what does it look like? Is it like a full QWERTY keyboard on your watch, or is it kind of like a broken up?
It's a full keyboard on your watch, but all of the keyboard isn't displayed. You have it's like 3 scrolls. So a third of it is shown. Okay. You scroll over. For another you see third. A little bit more. And you scroll over to the end.
And it covers the entire display, maybe with probably with a section for.
Yeah, you see a little bit of the message that's going on, but you're typing, and you can pull up like screenshots and whatnot. But you're actually typing on the keyboard. Now, what people don't like is that you have to like scroll back and forth. I don't really have an issue with that. Again, if you really have an issue that much with that, it's that or having small text on a thing showing you at the same time. Yeah. No, I'd rather have the big letters that I can click and scroll over. And again, it solves that issue with me being in a meeting or somewhere where I can't voice dictate. And it's funny because that happens a lot to me. There's a lot of times where I can't even when I'm not in a meeting. I'm sitting. I don't have my own office, so I'm sitting in an environment with at least 5-6 people. I don't want to just randomly. Oh, we'll have chicken. What? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like nothing. Don't worry. Oh, Charles is talking to his watch again. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like you don't want to dictate. Everybody's quiet, but you randomly yell 7:30. What's at 7:30? Yeah. Oh, my wife just asked me what time I'd be home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah, you're not in the full conversation, so you just look weird talking to yourself.
So here's my 2 cents real quick about this app. First and foremost, this is kind of hence why the reason why my wrist is so light and there's no watch on it now. Right. Android Wear to me was too beta, if that makes any sense. I feel like there was a lot of things that they needed to work on. Yeah, definitely. Primarily the messaging portion of it. Okay. Because I thought the whole purpose of having a smartwatch was to be able to do a lot of convenient things. Right. And, not have to pull out your phone. Right. So hence why when I originally had the Gear 2 like you have, absolutely love the watch. Still love it. We had to part ways, but whatever. I had the Gear S for approximately 2 weeks as well. I had to get rid of that. But I love that one particularly because the keyboard on it was flawless. It
Right.
was the perfect keyboard in my opinion. It was a full QWERTY, nothing hidden. The whole thing is there, and the screen's large enough. It has enough real estate to put that there.
Right.
The other thing I want to add on to that, now that they finally got this app, I see Android Wear making some advancements that has me intrigued.
Right.
But just to drop a little knowledge, there's
And
actually
just before you go, just to be clear, the Gear S is Tizen. So
Which is true.
Right. So
well, true.
Just for the
that's
people
what I'm
that
saying.
don't know.
Everything that, well, yeah, I guess, yeah, for those guys who don't do tech reviews. But to drop a little bit of knowledge, though, I don't know if you guys know about this. There's actually been an app out for over a year now.
App that puts a
this like, and I've seen it on the 360, and it's actually pretty legit.
I've used it. I'm not a big, so this is why I've got mixed feelings about this thing, bro. Because I've used that app and I'm not a big fan of that app.
Is that the company that you have to like type and then swipe, and then swipe backwards to erase? And there's a keyboard.
I know, yeah,
that's
there's
like
a keyboard
really
that's
weird.
like that. I don't think that's on. Is that on Wear?
They put it on Wear.
Okay, I haven't used that. I think I know what you're talking about. I wish I remember the name of the app. I do not remember the name of the app. Yeah. And I don't mess with it only because it's so difficult to type on a screen like this size.
Right.
So even that you're like while you're talking about the S, the Samsung, I'm like, yo, I don't. Because I like typing. I mean, I'm not going to like write out a full entire essay. Like it would probably be like, really quick responses that I need to like, knock out on my wrist. But it felt very difficult to type on my watch. Like it felt cumbersome. It felt annoying. That doesn't look bad. So Charles is showing me a picture of the keyboard that comes with this Android Wear messaging thing, and that doesn't look bad. That looks a little bit cleaner than what I was using. But the other one that I was using, you had an option to like switch between a full QWERTY and T9. Like a kind of like a T9.
I remember that one.
And it was just kind of like, bruh, like I'm not no. I mean, I feel it like it was cool because you had the ability to actually reply with a full text message.
Right.
But I just reverted to voice every time. Or just didn't text the person back until I got a chance to actually text them. Right. But I mean, if Android, so you said you've been using it. How is it? How is the responsiveness?
See, here's the thing. It's pretty responsive. I haven't had a real issue. Like now, a lot of people are out the gate saying, "Oh, the keyboard is finicky. It's this, it's that." But again, if you're coming at it from my point of view is simple. I need something that I can respond without one being rude and pulling out my phone as someone's talking to me in a meeting. Two, I don't have to look like I'm talking to myself or talking to my wrist in a work environment. When someone's trying to text me. So I can just simply 7:30. Tell them I'll be there soon. Stuff that's not pre-aligned. I don't want to talk. I can just easily, I'll be there later. And it's just with anything that you use for the first time, you're going to be a little bit slower. The third time, you're going to be a little bit quicker. The 8th time, you're going to be a little bit quicker. The 20th time, you're going to be a pro. You're going to use that like you use a keyboard on a phone. You know what I mean? And it's just, with time, you'll get even faster. So for me, it's fine. Like it's an app that I see very usable. It came out like 2 days ago. So I haven't had to actually use it in my meeting scenario or work scenario at this point. But for me, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I really can't complain. I'll keep you guys updated though.
Yo, I gotta put it on mine, man.
For sure.
Is it an app? You gotta download it?
Yeah, it's an app. It's free. There's an in-app purchase. No, it's not made by Google. If it was made by Google, I think it would have a lot more support and be a lot smoother.
Yeah, I think I gotta get an Android Wear watch or something.
Yeah, cop one, bro.
Bro, you know what? I'm on honestly
for real, Luminoid, bro.
No, seriously. After that last episode, I gotta buy one. Or rent one. Honestly, I'm just on the fence. I'm kind of waiting to see what the S2 is going to be like and whether or not to get the S2 or the the 360 second gen. But that's another episode.
We had a convo about that.
The S2.
The S2. Alex and I told him, yo, to be honest, and just really quick, I just want to say this out, and then we can move because we got to move. But Like, if you're a person that hasn't had an Android Wear phone, like you don't currently own any smartphone whatsoever, I would definitely consider purchasing an Android Wear device before you purchase the S2. I wouldn't make the S2 the primary device yet, for a couple of reasons. Why everybody got boo-boo face? No, I mean, is this going to be a thing?
No, I don't have an issue.
I'll save my comments for another episode.
All right. Matter of fact, yeah, we'll move that. We'll just keep moving along. Hey, if anybody disagrees with what I have to say, just leave those disagreements down in the comment section below, and I would love to address them. Love you guys.
All right, Matt, talk to us about Periscope, bro.
Yo, so Periscope. How many of you guys use Periscope? Raise your hand. I see that hand. All right, so
I see that hand in the digital atmosphere.
Yo, so I've been using Periscope for a little bit. I thought it was gonna be stupid. And you guys have been through my entire Periscope journey. Like, before I used it, you guys knew about that, and I think it was like episode 2 or 3. And now I'm actually using it, and I like it a lot. And Periscope has just released, or is going to be releasing.
No, it's released.
The ability to landscape mode your Periscope. So for all of you Periscope veterans out there, you know that you have to actually take your. Why are you laughing? What's?
I don't know. I just think that's such like a
minuscule feature.
No. That's a huge feature that should have been out from launch. That's why I'm like blown away that there's an update.
Hey man,
how long has that been out?
You know what? This is what Periscope is doing to us. What Apple has been doing to us for a while.
That's what I said in the intro.
Has been doing to us for a while. They're leaking out the small stuff. But granted, listen, Periscope is software. I'm pretty sure that they have a team that's not like massive like Apple does.
I respect them still. Don't get me wrong.
They've got to do certain things. Like development and beta testing and all that stuff before they can release certain features. Maybe they want to do landscape mode and it just didn't work out.
I guess I'm not a coder. I'm not a coder or anything of that nature. Yeah. I just can't imagine the code being that difficult to flip a screen. I'm just throwing it out there.
It's actually not.
But just rotation. It's probably like brackets B or something.
R for rotation.
Yo, but now, whatever it is, they've put the code in and now you can currently that. So for all my Periscopers out there, holler at your boy at Matt Adrums. I don't really Periscope a lot, but when I do
but follow me.
But when I do, you should be there too. Yo, so
alright, so let's talk really quick. We're gonna try to zoom through these topics here. Really quick, I want all you data abusers out there to come front and center. We got to talk to you. And when I say we, I mean me, John Legier. My boy knows who I'm talking about. And T-Mobile, the whole T-Mobile front. We're all looking for you data abusers. Allegedly. There are some people out there, approximately 3,000 T-Mobile customers.
That's a lot, yo.
That are not a lot. No, not a lot, actually, because there are 59 million. So apparently it's 1 in 100% of customers. So 3,000, which is actually minuscule. It's a lot of people when you think about what they're doing, because it's actually retarded to do this. But
it's a lot of data.
Yeah, well, yes, a lot of data. Apparently, there are 3,000 T-Mobile customers that are willfully stealing about 2 terabytes. Yes, terabytes of data.
I don't even have hard drives that size.
Capital T, capital B.
Here's the thing. You know what? Never mind. Let me just finish the story first. There are people that are stealing 2 terabytes of data a month. Now, here's the thing. On their side of things, this is unlimited. So technically, if I want to use 30 terabytes, I never signed up for a plan that said I can't use 30 terabytes. You're advertising unlimited. Now, here's the thing. Now, on the other side of things, now I don't want, just because I said that, don't mean that we not coming for y'all. Because look, you're not even stealing Verizon speeds. Y'all out here stealing 2 megs, 3, sometimes 6, sometimes 12. Why don't you steal 24, 32? Steal some Verizon speed. Don't steal Verizon. They will come after you. They will shut that account down quick. But nah, there are people out here, man, stealing over 2 terabytes a month. Like, how do you even stream? I don't even think leaving Google Music for 30 days would get me to stream that,
bro.
They're probably streaming Super HD Netflix probably 30 days.
There are people out here using this for home, bro.
By the way, you say 2 terabytes. Is that per month?
Per month.
Oh,
per month.
They're stealing
2 terabytes a month.
Well, see the thing about
the drug dealers.
This is their house internet. This is their house internet.
This is definitely their house internet.
And the neighbors too. They're sharing. They're sharing.
They've
got that Wi-Fi spot.
Here's the thing.
They got their Fave 5 using there.
That's exactly what it is.
He works.
Fave 5 houses.
Yo, you guys are so stupid. Yo, so here's the thing, Here's the thing. And Lex, I don't know if you remember this, but I think it's somewhere in like the bylaws, like even though it's unlimited, quote unquote, like marketed, it's really not unlimited, quote unquote. Like there's certain limits that they do not want you to exceed, and they say like loose terms, but it's in their like fine print of like excessive data usage and things like that.
And so, they throttle it after a while.
Yeah, they're gonna throttle the heck out of that. But
look at AT&T. So it's no surprise.
So I mean, it's crazy. It's obvious that they're definitely like tethering. Like you've got to be tethering to be pushing that much data from a mobile device. Like I don't think that there's enough apps
in the world. It's not even enough in the Apple
that
App
you
Store.
can install on your phone. Unless you got that Nexbit Robin, then I can understand.
Nah, it's crazy. But see, they're also just so it's out there. They're hacking the phone. Yeah. Like there are apps that people are writing to hide what the usage of the phone is. So that's how they know. They know that it's 12 gigabytes going to the account, but the account is reading less. So they know that there's a hacked app or something that is hiding, that's masking the usage.
The actual numbers.
Yeah. But it's exactly what you said, Matt. It's tethering.
Does that work on Verizon? Or?
I doubt it. I doubt it.
This guy.
My friend wants to know.
But here's the thing. You guys don't want to play a Verizon like that.
Yeah, definitely not.
Verizon is
out of the country.
Dude, you could be American and they will get you deported.
Well, honestly, speaking as a person who used to be involved with Verizon, career-wise, they're not afraid to give you whatever you ask for. You'll get it. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
You're just going to pay for it.
You're going to pay for it.
They have no problem giving you 2 terabytes.
Yeah. You're going to pay that 2 terabyte price.
That's 2 terabyte money, boy.
That's called customer service.
Yo, but segue? You know what else is on Verizon? Talking about Verizon.
Speaking about Verizon.
You're welcome.
Really quick. For those of you who remember, we talked about the Nexbit in the last...
2 episodes ago.
2 episodes ago, we talked about the Nexbit smartphone where they retardedly use your data for no reason. But apparently Nexbit now has a Verizon version. So for all you,
yeah, man,
for all you, let's clap it up for Nexbit.
All
man.
Right.
They're doing
Nexbit.
Netbit. I need some Netflix. Okay, Nexbit. No. Gotcha.
No, not Netflix, but Nexbit. Okay. They're out here doing things, man. They're actually making moves. Now, hopefully, they're not just making a Verizon version. For those who can't see me, I have my air quotes up. Meaning they're not just putting in the bands on that type of phone, that they actually have Verizon's support, because it's 2 different things. Putting in bands that support Verizon, and so Verizon actually saying, yes, I'll activate that phone. Yes. It's 2 different things. Yeah. So hopefully, Verizon's on board, which I don't see why they wouldn't be, because it's a cloud-based phone, meaning it's more money for Verizon.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So hopefully they're really on board. But if not...
But at the same time, that could weigh down on their network structure. But
this is true.
Again, honestly, I'll just be honest with you. I'm excited for it simply for the fact that us CDMA users
is Verizon
don't have... CDMA? Yeah, we're still CDMA.
Yeah, CDMA.
So you can't even
But you know what?
Talk and browse?
No, you can. 4G.
Not talking browse. I'm talking about like,
my 4G doesn't.
But wait, isn't...
Definitely.
I know Metro went...
No, mine does.
Metro went GSM.
Metro
my
went
Sprint
GSM.
doesn't.
Sprint does not, no.
Is Sprint still CDMA?
Actually, yes, they do. On Spark.
Isn't Sprint...
Where's Spark?
There's like this one spot downtown. But anyways, like I was saying, as far as me being a CDMA user on Verizon, I'm excited about it because there's times where these cool phones come out that I can't get. Prime example, the OnePlus 1 and the OnePlus 2. I like the fact that this these non-carrier approaches are also offering it to all the carriers. So whether I like the phone or not, I like the option to know that I can buy it if I really want to. Yeah. That's pretty inexpensive. So
that sucks.
That's what's up, man.
Dude, so Metro was the only one that made the switch. So Sprint and Verizon are still CDMA.
But I also like to point this out that all Verizon's phones come unlocked anyway. So just throwing that out there.
Hey now.
Doing big things.
Hey now. Unlocked for what?
AT&T, T-Mobile, any GSM carrier you want.
Right out the box. So it's not fully CDMA.
No.
So the phone itself isn't CDMA, but
the phone itself is not locked.
They support both.
The service is CDMA.
It's a CDMA world phone.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
whack, but whatever.
How's that whack?
I think that it's whack that they're still CDMA.
Oh, CDMA?
Yeah.
I guess. But you know what? They're making advancements. Look at the Nexus 6.
You know what? I want them to stay CDMA if that's part of the reason why the speeds are so amazing.
Yeah, but
that's true.
Don't go GSM Verizon.
Still CDMA,
but you know what? It comes down to the manufacturer. Because prime example, if Google can drop the Nexus 6 that works on any carrier, what's the problem?
Bro, I agree. Like relationships though, like
add
partners.
Chip in there.
Because I mean, if you think CDMA, you're talking about ESNs that are currently in a database, right? So those ESNs, you've already got to go through the carrier, like have to have like some type of relationship for that whole entire thing to work. So if you don't have that relationship, especially coming from like a crowd funded like startup like Nexbit.
No. Well, that part I get. They're honestly, I give them credit for the fact they're even trying to get Verizon to get on board with them. Yeah. So I give them credit right off the bat, whether it goes through or not. So I just hope it does work out in their favor.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And GSM, for you guys that don't know, is basically phones that take SIM cards or use SIM cards, so you can like swap out your T-Mobile SIM card for an AT&T SIM card. If you go to Jamaica, you can, if it's unlocked, you can swap that out for like a Digicel SIM card. CDMA is a different mobile band that uses ESN numbers, electronic serial numbers, to give you service. So they use SIM cards, but they're not for talk and text. Those SIM cards are only for like data speeds for like 4G LTE, things like that. You're getting your talk and your text services through your electronic serial number that the carrier itself has like a database full of those things that they currently own. So that's where it's kind of like there needs to be some type of partnership. From what I understand, unless stuff has changed, there would have to be some type of partnership with the device manufacturer and the carrier for them to get onto a CDMA carrier.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And see, that's people. That's why we keep him, for all of that knowledge.
Right there.
That came out of his head, by the way.
That's for free.
He didn't look at any speaking notes when he said
no notes.
Not at all.
That's my guy right
That's
there.
off the dome. Drop the beat. Yo.
All right. So just to kind of round this episode off, Samsung is about to change the game. See, and this is what I'm talking about, people. This is real innovation, baby. Samsung is about to start throwing 6 gigabytes of RAM in your smartphone. I'm talking about, there's some of you listening to this right now that don't even have 6 gigs in your computer.
That you're using the computer to listen to.
The computer that you're listening to probably doesn't have 6 gigs of RAM. I'm talking about if you're listening to me right now, on a Chromebook, you ain't listening to me with 6 gigs. But Samsung has announced that it's mass producing the world's first 12 gigabit, not to be confused with gigabyte. Because when I first read it, I was like, 12 gigabytes in a phone? Oh, I'm pre-ordering. But it's 12 gigabit LPDDR4 RAM.
There you go. Talk about it.
And it's pretty much the company's impressive 20 nanometer process tech. That's kind of techie for some of you people that aren't techie, but just know that it's about to be extremely fast in mobile devices. These chips will not only be faster, but they'll be energy efficient, so it should help with battery life, which probably ties into them making and Tizen, not to be confused with
I was thinking
Tizen,
the same thing.
their mobile operating system that they're developing. But it's probably going to tie into their devices having smaller batteries to get thinner, lighter, sexier, and still be energy efficient. I can see, you know, if it takes less power to run, I can see how a phone like the Note 5 or Note 6 next year could actually last longer than a Note 4 with a bigger battery. So yeah, they're aiming to save battery life, enabling the 6 gigabyte RAM chips to actually fit in this space of where 3 gigabyte RAM chips fit currently. So it's gonna actually it's gonna cut in size by 50% to be able to fit there. It's expected for Samsung to use these chips in the next generation of smartphones. So your Note 6, your 7 and 7 Edge Plus and 7 Edge and blah, blah, blah. But they're actually trying to go further than mobile devices. They're actually trying to expand this into slim PCs, digital appliances, automotive devices, and more over the next few years, which would be cool because I was actually thinking about buying a Samsung washer and dryer because I actually want to be able to start and stop, well, never stop, but start my dryer when I'm gone from my phone. So that would be really cool if I could actually do stuff like that in the future. But there's no official word that it's going to be in any of those devices that I mentioned. But we expect it to be in the Note 6 and S7 and moving on. So stay tuned because it's innovative. You know, and Apple just put what, 2 gigs?
2 gigs.
They just put 2. So maybe Apple will have 3 people. Maybe they'll have 50%.
Here's the thing with the
50% of Samsung's power
with this 8 gig thing
next year.
This goes back to 6 gigs. What did I say? 8 gigs. Why was 8 in my head?
Because that's gonna be the year after.
This goes back to my whole Continuum conversation, like, and the whole Ubuntu phone conversation.
Talk to me about Ubuntu,
bro. So a while back, for everybody that doesn't know, Ubuntu tried to crowdsource, I believe through Indiegogo or one of those like not really like Kickstarter ones. Might have been GoFundMe, I don't know. But they tried to crowdsource a phone, and it was the Ubuntu phone. And what caught my eye about this phone was the ability to actually connect to a monitor display and a keyboard and run full Ubuntu, which is kind of what Microsoft, well, the phone didn't catch, like they couldn't crowdsource it kind of died. Microsoft brought in that idea with Windows 10 and built Continuum, where you can connect a keyboard and a mouse and a display to your phone or your tablet and make it like somewhat of a full Windows experience, kind of like a broken down one.
Right.
Which is still like amazing to me. So when we have these devices that are pushing out 6 gigs of RAM,
starts to make sense.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like this, and I really wish that the Ubuntu phone made it, but they were asking for way too much money. Come on, Ubuntu, come on.
How much?
I can't even remember, but I remember when I saw it, I was like, you guys
like 7
are
or 8,
smoking
right?
something. Like it was crazy.
It was a little under a G, I think.
It was crazy.
Oh, for the phone itself.
Yeah,
like a backer.
Now, here's the thing. That at the time, whatever the price wasn't as terrible, because I remember we considered actually doing it, because think about it, you're buying a computer. I mean, if in theory, if it all worked, it was a computer that you were purchasing.
Right.
It was just smaller. You could hook it up to your computer. Now the difference is you're not getting a monitor. You're not getting a keyboard. Which, when you buy a computer, you don't get a monitor, but you're not getting a keyboard or mouse, blah, blah, which are all cheap devices anyway. Well, essentially, you're buying a computer. Now, the only problem that I had with it was that phones today, well, I mean, the only reason why I didn't have a problem with it is what I meant to say. Phones today are that exact same price. They're a little under a G if you buy them full out.
Right.
Now, the only problem that I did have is that was a G at one time. You get what I'm saying? Right. If I did the crowdfund, you'd get charged for that G at one time. So at the time, I didn't see an issue with it, and I liked it, and I think Matt was gonna end up getting that.
I was definitely considering it, And I thought, like, yo, I was raving about it for a while when it first came to my attention, because I thought that ability in and of itself was amazing. And I remember you were kind of like, bro, it's whatever. Like, why would I want to run that?
Can I just say something really quick? I like when you say in and of itself. Say it again.
In and of itself?
No, say it quickly.
In and of itself?
In and of itself. Say it quickly.
Did I?
Man, it's just cool, man. It's cool.
Did you stop me to do that?
Yeah, I stopped you to ask you to say in and of itself.
All right, so
Lex, let me hear you say in and of itself.
I'm gonna pass.
All right, so it wasn't the price of it, you guys. I just pulled it up. They were funding through Indiegogo. It wasn't so much of the price, but it was what they were asking for.
How much
at the end?
Don't tell me like $200.
Nah. $32 million.
Whoa!
Shut up.
They got 12.
Oh, they were asking for $32 million.
Yes,
and a total
for
price.
them to finish the project. It was called the Ubuntu Edge Plus.
No,
it
it wasn't.
Familiar.
Really?
Yeah. It was
So then
Ubuntu
everybody
Edge.
took this Edge Plus stuff from Ubuntu, because that was a long time ago.
Well, seeing how they couldn't capitalize on even the $12 million they raised, we might as well take it.
Yo, here's the thing:
that.
$12 million is a good
$12
amount
million.
of money, bro.
It is, but they had it set at 32, and I was like,
I mean, who is Ubuntu? That's disrespectful. $32
I was like, why would you
million?
guys do that? I really want this phone. Why would you guys do that?
Do they think that they're Microsoft?
I know their market share is not that high.
$32 million? Is that really what they were asking for?
They're asking for $32 million. It was gonna run 4 gigs of RAM.
Oh, that's cute.
128 internal.
How long?
Okay, hold on. Actually,
It was
now that we say
priced
that,
at $695.
Oh,
now that we say that, that's pretty good. Back then, 4 gigs and 128.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was pretty
it was
good.
freaking amazing. It's running full desktop OS.
Yeah, no.
But here's my problem.
That was pretty good.
That's not my issue. My issue lies in the asking about that 32 million. That just makes no sense.
That's crazy. Well, you know what? No, it's crazy. I tried to justify it, but it's crazy. I was gonna try to justify it. That's ridiculous, because I was thinking like maybe to market it properly, to get on their Apple game with the whole marketing and get that phone out there. Yeah. But $32 million. Now, I don't doubt that Apple spends that kind of money now when they market. I don't doubt it. Because Apple is everywhere, bro. Apple is everywhere. Bro.
But here's my thought process, my marketing, concept when it comes to Apple. I think they've spent so much time, energy, effort, and finances building it that they could get away with not spending any money on it now. I don't think they spend as much on marketing as they used to anymore.
Yeah.
Personally.
Well, okay. So when they let me get over here. When they started, I agree that they probably spent more than they spend today.
Oh yeah.
But if you think about Apple, bro, Apple is global.
Yeah.
Like, Apple are in places where people don't have cell phones. Like, Apple is the house phone in some places, bro.
Seriously.
It's that bad. It's that good for Apple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there are people that will look at a regular phone and say, yo, your iPhone is kind of cool. What's that case you have on your iPhone?
And you're like, it's not an iPhone.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, that's how good their marketing is. And it's crazy parts of the world that they market. So when I say, they spend a good amount, I'm thinking that when an iPhone 7 comes out, for instance, that ad is everywhere. It's like immediately global.
But from what I've seen, though, and this just could be me, but I feel like their ads start running after the launch, like way after. Because I remember when I think it was the 5S or the 6, whichever one it was, when that one came out and they started running the ads with Justin Timberlake and Will Ferrell, that guy.
Yeah.
When they started running those ads, I honestly feel like I didn't start seeing those ads until maybe like a month or two after the phone had came out already. And that's why I feel like, and think about it, and this is why I'm saying I feel like they don't spend that much in marketing anymore. Think about who does the marketing for them now. It's all word of mouth. There are people on these tech websites who talk more about the phone than Apple does.
Yeah, but they've got like crazy product placement as well, though. And I'm pretty sure, like, sometimes they say that they're not affiliated, but there's no freaking way that you're not affiliated. And the last freaking Mission Impossible movie that they had, not the new one's not. I don't know, but I don't remember what number it is, but the one before this new one that's dropping or is gonna drop.
I think the Ghost Protocol, when they were showing the Apple everywhere.
Every single thing that they had was Apple. So when you're in an environment where you've got a movie that's global, and people are hype about movies aren't like a small thing. Like, you see this type of thing like all the time through like different like movie stars rocking it, and having it in like, you know, these artists' hands and things like that. Like their product placement is really on point. So they're advertising to you without even necessarily shooting ads at your face. Right. It's just like, yo, like this is going to be your everyday life. And now we're kind of like in this culture because I think they're just really smart. Well, I know they're really smart. Right now we're kind of in a culture where like we get so many ads like dropped in our face, like being like actual ads, that we disregard them at first like glance. Like we don't really care. Like ads don't have as much power with this. I mean, it's good for maybe the person that puts ads on, for example, a website or a mobile app because they're getting revenue from that. Right. But from the person that's advertising through it, it's a little bit like, I mean, this new generation, I feel, especially me personally, maybe I'm talking from personal experience. I'm not going to click on your ad. I might accidentally click on it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen an Apple ad banner?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like if you go down to Biscayne, like those like
no website banner.
Yeah, I don't know personally.
But going back to that, again, but when you watch,
sure, you better find it.
When you watch movies and you see like, you know, this is inside the movie and it's everywhere else. Like they're not like saying, hey, buy an iPhone, this is what it does. Yeah, but it's like, it's there in something that you're gonna consume. Almost like. Anyways, that's a whole nother story.
Dude, fun fact.
Talk to me.
Fun fact.
Fun facts.
Jurassic Park. Dude had the original Gear watch on his arm.
Whoop.
In Jurassic Park.
My dog.
I said, dude, isn't the Gear S out? Not even the Gear 2.
Well, you know they were recording that from a while back.
It makes sense. It's Jurassic Park.
It doesn't matter. Yo, dude, you're in a movie. I know you could afford it. Just buy it.
Nah. They recorded from like a while back, so it was probably popping back then.
Yeah, here's the thing. No. Gear S was out. So Gear 2 was definitely out when they were recording Jurassic Park. But the first Gear looks more rough than the Gear 2. So it would make more sense. It's like having a classic timepiece in Jurassic Park. It's like, you wouldn't wear that.
That makes sense.
You wouldn't wear a Huawei $2,000 watch in Jurassic Park. Yeah. So that when I saw that, because it's actually in the trailer, that's what made me catch it. I was like, yo, was that a Gear? And I rewind it and I paused it. It was the original Gear, the first Gear in Jurassic Park.
That huge camera.
That's crazy.
The huge,
that's what made it. That's what made me notice it. The camera, the huge camera on the side.
I want to drop these. I want to drop these specs really quick, yo. So this was August 21st of 2013. The Ubuntu Edge, dual booted Android and Ubuntu Mobile, had a desktop OS of Ubuntu Desktop, 4 gigs of RAM, compared to, at the time, Apple's iPhone 5 1 gig and Samsung Galaxy S4's 2 gig, 128 internal storage, a 720p screen, sapphire glass, dual LTE GSM, stereo speakers, where both of those other phones only had mono, and the price point was $695, where the iPhone was $849 and the S4 was $750. Yeah. This was in 2013. So
that's what blew my mind. I thought this was something you were talking about last year.
No, 2013.
Okay. You said S4, and I was just like, okay.
No, because I remember when we started talking about it, it was like to the point where it was like, yo, we might get this phone.
That makes sense.
It is an amazing, and it looks
ridiculous.
It
was a sexy phone.
It's still sexy.
It's not like Note 5 sexy, but it's not terrible either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't remember. I haven't seen it in a while, but
I remember first glance, it reminds me of an Xperia phone.
Of an Xperia?
Not that that's bad. I'm just
it kind of does. It kind of does remind me of Xperia too. Now as you say,
look this up one more time. But yeah, man. I mean, I remember we were really like, yo, this should happen. This should really happen.
Yeah, but 32 million. Boy,
yeah, Ubuntu is a little bit drunk.
They smoking.
They think they're a slave. They're trying to put on a new phone and also pay off some of that debt.
Yo, but they I feel like they're crashing. Like, I feel like they're not
feel
supported.
Like they're crashing?
I feel like they're not, like, officially, like, for real. Like, I mean, that's a topic for another time.
Wait a minute. Does Ubuntu have a phone out right now?
I think they do. I think they dropped something else, but it was not the Edge. So the new phone didn't have some of the things that I was talking about. I don't think it had a full desktop application, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, there's a phone out right now. They're promoting a phone right now. It says available right now.
What is it?
What the heck?
Anyways, bro.
All right, this may be for next episode, but there is legit like 2 phones out right now.
Cause I remember them being at like a Congress maybe a year ago.
Maybe it's not available in the U.S.
But a Congress like a while back and showing like another device that was not the Edge, that they did not crowdsource, but for some reason it wasn't as amazing to me. It might have been like one of those phones that were like the low end spec phones that everybody can buy. You just kind of like gave up. Is that what it's looking like?
Well, no. 20. All right, let's talk about these specs really quick. I know we gotta close out, but 20 megapixel ray tracing, autofocus, dual LED, Corning Gorilla Glass 3, 5.3 inch screen with NAD. It's a little racist, Ubuntu, but it says Nega Liquid Crystal Technology and LED backlight module, 4K video capture with 30K 30 frames. They're promoting this right now.
Is that this year?
I
don't know.
So let me clear this up for you right now.
Silver edge and gold.
The name though is what you gotta look at. It's called the Meizu MX4. Meizu is the hardware company that makes phones. Ubuntu is just a software that provides it for them. Right. They've been talking about this MX4 for a couple months now.
Okay.
So, again, I do have an issue with people offering 4K video with a 16 gigabyte of internal memory. I'm just throwing that out there.
So that's a $340 phone in the US.
And it's 20.7 megapixels. So even if you don't do 4K videos, your pictures alone are going to eat up that 16 gigs.
Yeah.
And if it's Ubuntu dual booting.
I almost want to. Well, this probably doesn't have dual booting.
I hope not. Never 16 gigs.
New scope, new vision. Dude, I don't know, bro. I might. It's on Ubuntu's website.
That can't be a main, bro. Don't do that for a main. That can't be your daily driver. That can't be your daily driver,
bro. Do you think I'm drunk?
Hey, John, would you use that as a backup?
I'm not you.
Who, me?
Who got excited about Apple's event last week? But yeah. So hey now, I just wanna thank Mr. Bailey for coming through for week number 2.
Second week in a row.
Second week in a row, he came through to spend some time in the FGR studio.
Anytime, guys. Glad to be here, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, that's it for this week. I want to say thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Catch you guys same time next week, same place. Oh, before we go, make sure you guys stay tuned. Today is Google's event. Google's event. It's September 29th. It's Google's event. And you got to make sure that you guys stay tuned because we are coming back either tonight or tomorrow with content on the new phones, the Nexus 6P and the Nexus 5X. Yeah. And whatever new Chromecast they have out and whatever else that we don't know about yet that's supposed to be coming out today. We're definitely going to be talking they should have some good marshmallow news today as well. So go ahead and hit Winn-Dixie, Walgreens, whatever the case may be. Go buy some marshmallows, toast them up, and get ready, people.
Pay for them with Android Pay.
Oh yeah, pay for them if it works. But thanks again, guys. We really appreciate all the support so far. We appreciate all the comments. We appreciate all the love. And we would definitely catch you guys next week. Peace.
Yo.
Out.
FlyGeek Radio.
Yo, what's going on, geeks? It's Matt Adams here from FlyGeek Radio. We really hope you enjoyed that last episode. If you did, go ahead and let your friends and family know where you get the latest in tech news. Also, if you're new around these parts, hit that subscribe button. That way you'll never miss out on any new uploads. You guys be safe. Peace.